But here's what you said 2 days ago. Here's the main problem Democrats face. You can fool some of the people all of the time and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. Quote by Abraham Lincoln. What do you mean by that?
Well, first of all, I'm nonpartisan. Okay, so I left the Republican Party in 2016. Formerly, I was part of the Republican Party. Today, I'm not. I have a very healthy disdain for both political parties. One of the things that I find most encouraging about this new generation, whether it's millennials or Gen X or Gen Z, is that the majority of them are now politically unaffiliated, right? So they're not Republicans or Democrats. And beyond that, nonpartisan is now the largest category.
Wow.
As opposed to they outnumber Democrats and they also outnumber Republicans. Not collectively, but either one individually, nonpartisans are larger.
Okay.
So today I'm critical of Democrats and the Biden administration because they're the people that are in power. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be a cheerleader for Donald Trump or the Trump administration when they come into power. I'm likely to be equally critical of things that I see them doing that I don't agree with. I fundamentally believe that in a country of 235 million people that are equally divided, that you cannot lead this country from the left or from the right. You have to lead from the center, and that we should be jettisoning the bad ideas on both far sides of the political spectrum, and that we should be taking the best ideas from both sides of the political spectrum that are more towards the center, and that we should be moving the country in that direction because that is representative democracy. That's what a republic is supposed to be. So when I talk about Democrats not being able to fool all of the people all of the time, the Abraham Lincoln quote that you refer to, I have found in my experience that Democrats lie more than Republicans. And it's not that Republicans don't lie. They do. But not quite as often. It's like, look at Donald Trump. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Okay? So you may not like him. You may, in 2016, I called him a narcissistic buffoon. Okay? You may not like him. And there are many things I don't like about him. Okay? But I know who and what he is. Now, does he lie? Yes, but not with the frequency that Joe Biden lies, right? Joe Biden, almost every other day, every time I see the man open his mouth, he's saying something that isn't true. And so, that has been sort of the defining characteristic for me about the Democratic Party is that they generally operate on the principle of the ends justify the means. They believe in a certain outcome, right? Whether that's equity or equality or income equality or student loan forgiveness or universal health care, whatever it is. They believe in certain things very deeply. And so they're willing to lie in order to advance those objectives, and they justify it with this concept that the ends justify the means. You look at critical race theory, for example, or critical theory in general, and it's essentially very dishonest, right? It's not about a dialogue. The people that are advancing these narratives are not interested in the facts. They're not interested in having a dialogue or a conversation about the facts. They have a position that they want to advance. And, for example, let's say Black Lives Matter, right? You might say all lives matter, right? Well, all lives do matter, but they don't want to hear that. They want to hear that just black lives matter because that's their narrative. That's what they're trying to put forward. And even though someone would come up with something as obviously truthful and accurate as all lives matter, this is rejected by those people, right? And it's that kind of militant adherence to a philosophical position or belief or objective that I object to. It's dishonest. And I object to dishonesty. I don't care if it's coming from Democrats or it's coming from Republicans. I object to dishonesty. And I think we all should. And, the media is the same way. If you look at CNN, I used to watch with amazement at Don Lemon on CNN every night. The guy was lying and misrepresenting virtually every program. I mean, I couldn't watch him ever without feeling that he was lying or misrepresenting something. And, does Sean Hannity do that? Not as often, right? I'm sure he does it, but not as often. Does Tucker Carlson do that? I'm sure he does it, but not as often. So that, I think, is a fundamental difference, and I think it reverts back to or can be explained by the ends justify the means. Either you're a person that believes that the ends justify the means, or you're a person who does not believe that, who believes in truth, and let the chips fall where they may. You have a reverence for the truth, and you want to know what the truth is, and you want it to be accurate. And if it helps you, great, in whatever your worldview might be, then, you accept that and you enjoy that. If it hurts you, you still respect the fact that it's the truth and you're searching for the truth.
Right.
I don't think that today's Democrat Party does that. And I'm not saying that the Republican Party does either, but it's more flagrant on the left. It's more chronic and consistent on the left. And I find that problematic. I would not want to be associated with either political party today, but the Democrats are a non-starter as far as I'm concerned because of the dishonesty.
Sure.